All right. Can everybody hear me? Give me a thumbs up if so. All right. Thank you everyone for joining us today, joining the seniors as they give their senior speeches. We have 13 seniors giving their speech, so I'm going to do my best to give them as much time as possible and not talk too much. Before we begin, I just want to go over some housekeeping rules for this online event and just to make things go as smooth as possible. First thing is I'm going to ask that everyone's mic and camera be off, or mic be muted and camera be off if you are not a senior. If you are not a graduating senior from Christian Liberty, you can turn your camera off and mute your mic. That just helps me as the administrator of this meeting to move from one person to the next during the transition times. So the only exception will be for the family members of the senior that is giving their speech. So for example, when Charles gives his speech, his classmates will have their cameras on, and his family can have their camera on so that he can see them while he's giving his speech. At the ending of every single speech, I'm going to unmute everybody's microphone, and you guys can show them love and cheer for them as they gave their senior speech. And after that, I'm going to mute everybody's mic and then move on to the next person. All right. So yeah, once they finish their speech, feel free to clap and cheer for them as we move on to the next person. Before we start, I just want to pray for the seniors as they give their speeches. So let's all pray together. Father God, I just thank you for this senior class and all the things that they've accomplished and overcame to come to this point. I just pray that you will just be with them as they give their speech. Fill their mind with good memories and good life experiences and lessons that they've learned. And I just pray that it'll just be a time of sharing love together in this online community right now. So yeah, I just pray for these seniors as they go through their last week at Christian Liberty Academy. We just pray blessing upon them. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, first up, we're going to have Charles Akau.
Hi, everybody. So wait, do I just go?
Yeah, you can get started.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. For those who don't know, my name is Charles Akau Jr. I have attended CLA since kindergarten. I am very surprised that I made it this far, and it's been a long journey, and especially with my class. But first of all, I would like. Oh wait. After I graduate, I will be attending HCC, Hawaii Community College, and I will join the fire science program. But first of all, I would like to thank God. He has been a big blessing in my life. Without him, I'd be lost. I wouldn't know what to do in my life. He's been a big blessing in my life too. And I'd like to thank my mom. She works day and night for giving me the opportunity to go to this amazing school since kindergarten. She's the most hardworking person that I know. And I'd like to thank my dad too, that taught me everything that I love to do in my life. And ever since I was little, I've looked up to him. For the faculty members, thank you for helping me through my journey of high school. Thank you for being an inspiration to do good and try to graduate. I would say something to each and every one of you, but I wouldn't have enough time because there's a lot of you guys there. But I would like to say I love each and every one of you guys. You guys have been a major, big impact in my life, and especially with my walk in Christ, with Christ and with school. You are people that were more than a teacher or a staff member, but I would love to call you guys friends and someone that I can trust. For my classmates, thank you for being a big impact in my life, always giving laughable memories, bust laughs, crack jokes all the time. Even though we get into some arguments sometimes, but next day we just get over it and we just go on, make some more memories, especially in class. And another person I'd like to thank is Raylan Rodriguez. She's helped me a lot, especially through the beginning of this year. She's been a light in my life, helps me overcome a lot of obstacles in my life, kept me organized and a lot too. And one of my favorite memories in CLA was in guidance class with Mr. A. It was me and Chris. We were eating pizza in his class, and we were just cracking jokes like, "Oh, if we eat the pizza upside down, it'll hit different." It's just a joke that a lot of people, well, a lot of kids of my age like to say. And just there's been a lot of memories that we spent together, especially all the retreats that the faculty has organized, especially Mr. Rimo. And yeah, um, I have to congratulate everybody that all my classmates that made it. It's been a long road, I guess. And yeah, that's all I got. And
I feel like I lost keys, right? Or at least
Charles.
Charles.
All right, next up, we have Misty Becker.
Hello, my name is Misty Becker, and I will be majoring in psychology at UH Hilo for 2 years, then transferring to Manoa to study social work. I have also been with CLA since I was in kindergarten, along with many of my fellow classmates, and I'm glad I will have the chance to end my high school career with those who have been beginning and those who have come along the way. I would like to thank God for his hand in my life and protecting me all these years, even when I stray away. I would like to thank my church family at Grace Baptist who have watched me grow all these years and love me with all their hearts. I'd like to say thank you to my family who have supported my decisions and built me up to the person I am today. A special thank you to my dad, who I adore, for being the best parent he could ever have and always supported me and tried everything to be there for me, and for that I'm very grateful. I would also like to thank my friends and their parents who have taken care of me over the years, treating me like their own. Thank you, CLA, for being my home for the past 13 years and all the fond memories we have made together. I would like to thank my mama Tiger Shark, aka Mary Pratt, who has always been a great friend to me and has always taken care of me like we were sisters. And one day we will go up to Kohala and build our castle. So I would like to say to my classmates that I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you all. You have become a family to me, and though we must go our separate ways, I've been blessed with the opportunity to have known you all. I would have to say the best memories I had with you all were when we were just be in class, cracking jokes, and I will miss you all. And I won't lie and say I'm not excited for Friday. And I think we can all agree that we're all grateful that we will have a ceremony at all. And I'm excited for not only my future, but also for yours as well. Thank you for coming in today and supporting the class of 2020, even in these trying times. The support is a blessing and an encouragement. Thank you.
That's my sister.
From the
Sister.
Good job.
She's growing up so fast.
Helping.
Next up, we have Chase Cobile.
Okay, I'm gonna just say this in. Wait, hello, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just say this in advance. My bad. Mine isn't that deep. Okay, so wait, can I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. I'm Chase. I'm 17, almost 18 in like 2 months. I've also been here at CLA for probably since kindergarten. I can't do math. This is like 12 years. I'll just say 12 years. I don't know what I want to pursue yet, but hopefully I find my way as I go. And I plan to attend UH Hilo. And yeah, my whole thing is basically just thank yous to everybody. So for the teachers, wait, is this being recorded?
Yes, this is being recorded.
Okay, so first off, Mr. Blair, thank you for making learning fun and interesting. I always remember you roasting Chris and Isaac every morning. Mr. Rymel, thanks for being such a great dad and coach. I wish I could have spent more time with you as a player, but now I will be watching from above in the stands. Next is Mrs. Rymel and Mrs. Chai. You two are some of the nicest people I've ever met, whether it was making sure I had enough to eat or taking care of me when I was sick. Thank you for always looking out for me. Mr. A, sorry for ghosting you these past few weeks. And thanks for not contacting my parents to make sure I was alive. Thanks for giving me a chance when we always played basketball and hit me up with those fresh fades after quarantine. Miss Brooks, if you're watching this, thank you for being so strict on me when I was in your class. And thanks for all the small conversations we had about music over these past few years. I would genuinely miss choir class. Mr. McWilliams, thank you for teaching me many different aspects of the Bible. Sometimes we talk about nutrition instead, but that was cool too. Your laugh will forever be imprinted in my head. Mr. Ertl, thanks for being such a great coach. It sucks we didn't have a season this year, even though we were going to kick butt. I guess the other teams were scared to play us, so they called Corona. I will be returning next year anyway. And last but not least, Mrs. Ertl. These past few years have been crazy, huh? Sorry for turning everything in late, and I always remember the moments we were both looking for the same book report. Your humor makes me laugh every time, and I'm dubbing you as my favorite teacher. Now on to my classmates. Charles, thanks for being my brother throughout my CLA career, and thank you for always helping me out. Misty, thanks for critiquing me this past soccer season. I had no clue how to play the game, and you really helped me a lot. Rhylee, thanks for being a good sister and secretary. I want to watch one of your games in person one day, and let me know the schedule. Leah, you're the happiest person I know, and thanks for spreading all that positivity. Kassey, thanks for not breaking my ankles this year. Kailani, thank you for being you, so please make roasting a sport, please. Jared, thanks for teaching me how to cook on Snapchat. Isaac, thanks for being a fellow musician. We need to have a jam session sometimes. Dana, thanks for all the memories of quoting memes. And Cameron, thanks for being that one other guy in physics. It sucks you're going away, but I'll be here for you, man. Chris, thank you for being my 4 a.m. homework buddy. And Godspeed to you, soldier. And Jaeda, thanks for the carry and keeping it 100. Just a quick memory that I've enjoyed at CLA. I've always loved traveling, and all of my favorite moments come from traveling, whether it's from the historical trip or spiritual retreats or what is that called? The road trips. Yeah, those are fun too. But my main favorite memory was sharing a room with the boys on the historical trip. Yeah, it was loud and people banged on the wall and it was a little crowded, but I really enjoyed my time with you guys. I always remember those moments, and I hope we can do something like that again someday. To end out to the next seniors. Are any of them in here? Well, if they're watching this, be humble. Don't bully the children, Caleb. Also have faith and be examples to one another and the kids too, Caleb. Never give up on what you guys are trying to pursue. And you guys are a smart class of senior grades. You guys can do whatever you wanted to if you try. So good luck to you guys next year. And that's pretty much all I have.
It was deep, Chase. Crying over here.
Joke, I couldn't crack this like bus laugh or anything. I didn't get to see it. Okay, cool.
I'm very bad at water.
All right, next up, we have Rhylee Corpuz.
I need to mute.
So,
Yeah, you guys have questions.
Hi, I'm Rhylee Corpuz. I was born and raised in Hilo, Hawaii. I've attended Christian Liberty Academy since 4th grade, so about 9 years now. Christian Liberty has been a ginormous blessing to my life. The number one blessing would be learning about choice and perspective. The school has taught me so much about perspective that I found a passion in the literal meaning of perspective, which is the way we see things. I plan to continue my education at Pacific University in Forest Grove, Oregon, where I plan to major in a science field to pursue a degree in optometry. I want to become an optometrist and help others to have the ability to see the world which they live in. With all that I hope to accomplish after high school, I first want to thank God most of all because He has been leading me on this path. He has given me peace in the many decisions I have made leading up to my final decisions of college. God has changed my life and I am able to strengthen my faith every day. I thank Him for the plan that He has blessed me with in my life. Next, I would like to thank my family. First, my parents, because without their endless support and love, I would not be where I am today. I want to thank them for sacrificing a lot for me to get an education at a private school while participating in many extracurricular activities that had our schedule constantly busy. Thank you for constantly pushing me to pursue my dreams by staying driven and motivated no matter how frustrated I got. I'm beyond proud to be called your daughter and beyond thankful for how you raised me. I will forever carry the lessons and morals with me throughout my life. Mom, I'm going to miss our mother-daughter bonding moments because I'll always need you. Dad, I'm going to miss bothering you and bonding over watching our different TV shows. I'm going to miss both of you so much next year when I won't be able to bug you when I need your help or guidance. I will always remember everything that you taught me and never forget how much you love me. Second, I would like to thank my sister for being my best friend. I never realized how much I needed you or will miss you until you left for college. Even though I didn't show it, I had a hard time, but when you left, I had a hard time when you left. But our random conversation settled me down. I'm forever thankful for everything you have done for me as a big sister, and I always love you. I've had 17 years of bothering/bonding with you before you left for college, and now I'm excited that I'll be able to do more bothering and bonding with you next year at the same college. Also, thank you to all of my family members for the many encouraging words and the many life lessons learned. Next, I would like to thank the teachers at CLA, because without them, I'd be completely lost. I want to thank all of you for the endless wisdom and encouragement in my walk with God, and for pushing me to learn the extent of my academic ability. I would like to thank all the teachers for being amazing teachers and teaching me so much. Mrs. Rimo and Mrs. Ertl for proofing all my papers and essays, Mr. Rimo for telling me amazing stories and giving me wise advice, Mr. Ertl for being a supportive coach, Mr. A for giving me amazing guidance through the entire time that I knew you. Also, thanks for being an amazing basketball coach. Miss Brooks for being an amazing teacher and taking me in as your TA, and also for providing me with a fish this year. All of you have been great influences in my life, especially with my walk in Christ. Thank you all for being teachers and friends. Of course, I have to thank my class. I'm not going to lie, but when more than half of us left after 8th grade, I thought our class would be boring. Boy, was I wrong. We might have lost a bunch of old classmates, but we gained some pretty cool ones that we can now call our best friends. Us as a class have been through so much, and through all of it, there was nonstop laughter. There is never a dull moment with us. My favorite quote about our class is from Kailani. We're a train wreck, but a beautiful one. We aren't the perfect class or like how most classes claim to think, but we are a group of friends who always come together and who are always for each other. In a couple years, I hope we will be able to visit our little tree stump and visit our painted names from freshman year. I am so grateful for all of you for always having my back and putting a smile on my face every day. Next, I'd like to thank Kassey and Jaeda for being my best friends from when I first came till now. We have been able to make the best memories together, and there is so much to be thankful for. You guys have always been there for me no matter what, and I can't even imagine what a daily school schedule would be like without the three of us meeting in the library in the morning and debating if we should buy milk and cookies. Jaeda, you have been my best friend since 4th grade, and I am beyond thankful for you. You literally are my sister, with the way we disagree too sometimes. Kassey, you're one of my first friends when we met at that summer school program for computer apps class. Thank you for staying with me in basketball because there's so much to remember. You're my best friend on and off the court. I will never forget us falling out in our very first high school game and bawling our eyes out on the bench with towels on our head. All the way to this past season, you were the one who always kept me in the game no matter how much I irritated you. Lastly, I would like to thank all of those who I wasn't able to name because my time is running short probably. I wanted to give some advice to underclassmen. As easy as it is to procrastinate, don't do it because you'll find yourself in a bad habit that's hard to change. Encourage each other to get your work done in months and with advice like Kassey. Sorry, that sounded weird. Thank you to everyone, and it's bittersweet to say that we did it and we finally are the graduating class of 2020. I'm a Victorian. I forgot to mention something for Mrs. Erdl, but she said I wouldn't do it. Thank you for making me laugh after our capture the flag game after I hit you with the water balloon.
All right. Next up, we have Leah DeCleene.
Oh, yeah. We missed you.
Okay, so my speech is pretty short. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Leah DeCleene. So I'm not much of a speech person. I'm not really sure who is. So I don't really know where to start. And that's where I got writer's block. And so I was just sitting there trying to figure out what to write in my speech. And I just started thinking about the last 4 years I've spent at CLA. And really, I've met so many great people, funny, people encouraging, and some people who just do the dumbest things. And within these past years, I've seen so much growth in everyone. And really, it's just so encouraging to see what God is doing in everyone's lives. And there are so many people I want to thank. People who made me laugh, who got me Cheetos and boba on my birthday, who always giving me chocolates in Bible class, who's always spoiling me with food from the vault shop, who's staying up till 1 making me a rap song, and there's just so many people. And I especially want to thank Mrs. Rhymal for being so kind and just the kindest person in the world and never forgetting about anyone. I want to thank Mr. Rhymal for being my coach, my boss, my teacher, and teaching me that there's no limit to the amount of work you can put into something. And I want to thank Kailani, my best buddy, for being so real and understanding, always correcting my horrible grammar and being my best friend. And I want to thank Jesus for just taking me through the whole way and really guiding me and just teaching me so much. And I'm not really sure why it's been so hard for me to write a senior speech. Maybe because it's so unreal that high school is ending. But although we didn't really get to physically experience the ending of our high school, I have no regrets. I love these past 4 years, and there's nothing I would change about it. I'm going to miss everyone so much, and I'm just so excited to see what God has in store for everyone's future. That's my speech.
Good job, Leah.
All right, next up, Kassey Hanoa.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Okay, so my name is Kassey Hanoa. I've attended Christian Liberty School since preschool, and I hope to attend, I am attending University of Hawaii Hilo, and I hope to major in animal science, livestock, and double major with the animal science pre-vet. I want to become a veterinarian originally, but I don't know the cost is if I want to do the cost. So I'm going to double major, and maybe later if I still have the dream of becoming a vet, I'll go for it. So first I want to thank Christian Liberty because looking back 4 years, I was going to move schools, but I'm glad I didn't. It was probably one of the most smartest choices I've made. I want to thank this school because not only has they pushed me academically, but they did spiritually. They have taught me more than just what was in the books. They taught me about how to be a better person, to be kind, thankful, and driven. I'm extremely blessed to have the teachers that I had, and I just want to thank each and every one of them that you guys cared so much, and you cared more about my you cared more than just about my grades. You cared about me. And because of my choice 4 years ago, I've created so many memories I didn't even know where to begin. So I'll start with the two girls that made these 4 years the best, who I've made memories with till you're crying but laughing at the same time. And the two who always had my back no matter what. I wouldn't be able to survive high school without Jaeda and Rhylee. Jaeda has been the sister I never had since preschool. We fight like sisters, but we laughing at the same time. High school would not have been the same without her. Jaeda is one of the feistiest girls I know, and I can't wait to see all the great things you'll do in life. Rhylee has been my best friend on and off the basketball court since 4th grade, and I probably would have found out way more without her because she always knew what to tell me to keep my head in the game, and I appreciate that. Rhylee was the mom of our little group. She's always helping us and always prepared, and I know you'll do great things, Rye. I love you both. I guess it's time for the trio to split and go their own ways, but always know I'll be here for both of you. Next, I want to give a shout out to my basketball team. I don't know if they're watching this, but you guys don't know how grateful I am for this group of girls. I struggled every year trying to gather girls to play basketball, and I'm so thankful for all of your guys' hard work, dedication, and the amount of heart you guys gave into every practice, every game, and every Cardi B song on the way home, even if I couldn't hear when I actually got home. This has been by far my favorite season, not because of the wins or the amount of ankles we broke, but because of the friendships and memories created on and off the court. I love you guys. And lastly, I want to give a shout out to the CLA class of 2020. Gosh, I've been with you guys since elementary or preschool. And those of you who came later, I love just as much. Each and every one of you made our class special and brought a key characteristic to our class. Without one of you, this class and high school experience would not have been the same. I will never forget you guys, and I wish you all but nothing but the best. So I love you guys. And lastly, I want to thank my family for the continuous support and unconditional love. I couldn't have asked for a better family. Thank you, Dad, for all of your advice and driving me anywhere and everywhere to support me in whatever I do. Thank you, Mom, for always providing everything I need and always being there to help me. Thank you, Blake, for always making me laugh and being the best brother I could ask for. And lastly, the rest of my family. Thank you guys for everything you all do for me. I definitely would not be who I am without you guys. Because of you guys' love and support, I'm ready to chase my dreams and take on this new chapter of my life. So thank you, everyone who supported me. Yeah, that's all.
All right, next up is Kailani.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hello, my name is Kailani Kritzler, and I am one of the graduates for the class of 2020. After departing from Christian Liberty Academy, I plan on going to University of Hawaii Hilo, majoring in psychology. When I first started attending Christian Liberty my freshman year, I was a shy, awkward kid that never felt as though she fit in. I remember being so astounded when people introduced themselves to me and seemed actually interested in meeting me. I had attended large public schools for most of my life up until then.
So I also recall thinking, is half of the class absent today when I saw the class size? It wasn't up until, I'd say, junior year that I began to warm up to my classmates, however. I had, at that point, received help from my anxiety, which could be correlated. Throughout junior year, I'd say that I grew more comfortable expressing myself to people I grew to call my friends. I would say, although this is the smallest school I've attended, I was surrounded by more people I'd call friends than ever in my life. For me, to be around people that mutually enjoyed talking with was a new experience. I felt worth something. I cannot stress enough what my classmates have done for me. I know I do not show it, but the people graduating with me can feel special enough to say they are the first group of people I genuinely considered to be my friends. This isn't exclusive to my classmates, but also to my teachers and staff. I would like to thank all of the teachers and staff that have been with me since freshman year. Without their constant motivation and support, I do not believe I would be graduating. Their advice and kindness will stay with me even beyond high school. I would like to extend a thank you to my family, who without them I would not be attending this amazing school. Thank you, Papa, for being the main reason why I attend Christian Liberty and who has always been there for me. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for motivating me through even the darkest times, especially when I needed help on school assignments, senior project. Also, thank you, Mom, Dad, and Papa for buying me Subway sandwiches and coffee bean during the school week, as that sometimes is what I need to get through the week. I'd also like to thank Kanye West, whose music has helped me through countless assignments. I'd like to thank my friend, Leah DeCleene, for being with me for 4 long years. Without you, I, for one, would have far more late assignments than I actually do. Our friendship is what kept me going on through many, many dark days, and I appreciate you listening to my endless rambles, whether it be on random stuff such as movies and politics, or even my emotional state. I really think our friendship is priceless, and I pray it continues past high school. After quarantine is over, I really hope we can have a McDonald's party together. I could go over so much more, telling funny stories that I have had with my classmates, but I do not want to speak for longer than I need to. While I am, of course, sad to separate from my classmates and teachers, I do believe God has brought us all together for a reason, and I know that we are fated for great things. Thank you. I'm done.
McDonald's.
Go Kanye!
Okay.
All right, next up, Jared Maldonado.
Hi, my name is Jared Maldonado. I've been attending CLA since 9th grade, so this is my 4th year. And I will be attending HCC Hawaii Community College next year. And I'm planning on doing something with diesel mechanics or potentially something else. First, I would like to just start this off with just saying thank you to my teachers, my friends, my classmates, and for making the past 4 years the best 4 years of my life. And because of them and because of CLA, they've helped me to mature and grow and become who I am today. I'd also like to thank God, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I want to mention 2 favorite memories. One of my favorite memories was there was one time me and Caitlin McWilliams, we found this rock and Caitlin named it Jalelmo, and we ended up losing the rock, and we said that Jalelmo died. And the funniest thing was, as soon as we lost the rock, Caitlin picked up another one and was like, "This is Jalelmo the second." So that was just
Hannah, Sam, stop screaming!
That was just one of my favorite memories. And then the other one was there was one time during personal finance, Mr. A came in to make an announcement, and everyone was being loud and rowdy, so it was kind of hard to hear. And Jaeda called him over to talk to him, and me and Charles were sitting on the opposite side of the classroom. And what happened was Charles was trying to get Mr. A's attention to ask him a question, and everyone was being kind of loud. It was a lot of chatter because we had a little bit of free time during class. And what happened was, jokingly, I leaned over to Charles and I said, "Oh, it's because you're not Asian." And Charles was like, "You want to bet?" So he went like this and looked over at Mr. A and went, "Ching chong ling long, Mr. A." And to my surprise, Mr. A actually looked. And me and Charles just started bust laughing. And afterwards, we explained to him, and it was really loud in class. So we understand that it wasn't actually because of that. It was just because it was loud and it was hard to hear. Lastly, I actually have like a short poem that I made for my class. So it goes, there are good mates, there are bad mates. There are mates that sail the sea, but the best mates are classmates, and may they ever be. I'm gonna really miss my class, and I'm looking forward to see what the future holds for all of us. And that's the end of my senior speech.
Good.
Boy.
In your poem book.
All right, next up is Isaac Shrinski.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. There we go. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I was trying to turn off my video so I can scold my siblings because they're just being so loud. But I turned on my mic. But anyways. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isaac Shrinski, and I will be attending Hilo in the fall. And I will be majoring in English and following that with a teaching degree. Shout out to Mrs. Rammel and Mrs. Ertl. I love their jobs. Teachers have always been so kind to me, and I would be missing out on a huge opportunity if I wasn't able to give future students that same love and dedication. Speaking of love and dedication, it's really hard for me to be leaving a school that really carries those attributes close to its heart. For 13 years, kindergarten through the end of this week, there have been plenty of times where sin causes me to become ungrateful for circumstances sometimes. And today, it's hard for me to think that one could ever be ungrateful for what the school carries. And I know exactly why the school has this sweet reputation. In 1 Corinthians 10:31, it says, "Whether therefore you eat or drink or whatsoever you do, do it all to the glory of God." To the teachers and staff at CLA, the reason why the school makes my heart soft is because you're faithfully serving Him. I want to thank you for the sacrifices you make in order to do all to the glory of God. And I've had so many awesome memories with all of my friends here at school, including the staff. Today and every day, I want to take the time and thank God for the seasons He takes me through. Because of you, Lord, I'm never going to run out of ways to praise you. Thank you for your presence, especially through this time of isolation. I'm thankful that this time, though it's isolation from people, that it's never isolation from you, and you've been closer than ever. Dad, I just want to say thank you. I want it to be a special thank you because you deserve me telling you a third time. Thank you. You have my back, my physical back, my spiritual back, my mental back, all my backs. And I'm so grateful for you. I'm sorry for the times that I've made things unnecessarily difficult, but I love you. Thanks for waiting patiently for me. Mom, thank you for being a superhero. I know that this speech is probably making you sad that I'm graduating, that I'm all grown up and all, but this is all thanks to you and Dad that I'm on this Zoom call reading off of a Google Docs assignment that I was assigned to do a couple days ago at 3 a.m. I'm strong because you're strong. And thank you for being a light of encouragement in my life always and forever. Miss Brooks, to be honest, I was afraid of you and your classes coming into high school and even in junior high. I was immature, and the Lord was still working on my maturity. Out of all the strong work ethics out there that have left a mark on me, you probably have left the biggest mark. And now I enjoy all of the moments I have with you in the classroom. Thank you for instilling 1 Corinthians 10:31 on my heart. And thank you for giving me and Chris a chance with starting up botany again. Mr. Rymel, thank you, sir. These 4 years in high school have been a blast, let me tell you. Seriously, one of the single most greatest day in high school experience was finding out that I was accepted in productions. So many good memories. Thank you for seeing me and all of my gifts and abilities and for really encouraging our class during this time. I wish I could read fast so that I could thank all of my high school teachers, but I might break the Zoom call and myself, so I'm not going to try that. But I'll do it anyway. Mr. McWilliams, Mr. and Mrs. A, Mr. and Mrs. Blair, Mrs. Chai, Mr. Chai, Mikey Chai, all the Chais, Mr. and Mrs. Erdl, Mrs. Rymel, Mrs. Yamasaki, Mrs. Skiles, Mrs. Sugioka Kai, Mrs. Delalio, Mrs. Yogi, Mrs. Crosby, Miss Chester, Auntie Jackie Gomes, Mr. J, Mr. Drake. It all just feels like that one scene in Avengers Endgame where everyone runs to help Captain America out. Thank you guys so much. You really are superheroes. And now for you people that I can actually see on the Zoom call, of my classmates. Every time I think about our class going in different directions, my mouth just goes blech. And it's really hard to think about it. And it kind of is unfortunate that we can't really hug each other, let alone give each other high fives. But we can high five each other when we're allowed to throw our masks in the garbage. But guys, I know literally every senior in the world says this in their senior speech, but like, we're here. We're not in that hot gym with our jeans and whatever shirt, but we're here and we're talking to a lot of people and basically saying goodbye and thank you. And this week, we're going to give Mrs. Erdl our caps and gowns and move on to the next level in life. So yeah, I'm going to miss you guys a lot. This hit's very different, being that we haven't seen each other in person in months. But I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys graduate. And I want to thank you guys so much for all the memories. And thank you for everyone hopping on the Zoom call. Thank you.
All right, next up, Dana Ua.
Okay. This is extremely short because I hate talking. Hi, my name is Dana, and I will be taking a gap year due to personal reasons. Seniors, I'd like to thank you for your cooperation these last few years. I've known most of you since kindergarten, and I am happy that I get to graduate with you as well. I hope you all accomplish your goals and your futures are bright. Congratulations. Thank you for the memories. It's been an honor being among you for the past few years, and I wish you all the best.
All right. Next up, Cameron Wells. 1 second, Cameron. Here we go.
Alrighty. All right. Hello, my name is Cameron Wells. I am a senior this year, graduating from Christian Liberty Academy. After I graduate, I plan on going to the College of Idaho to pursue a major in biology with a pre-medical focus. My dream is to one day become an orthopedic surgeon. Now, I learned a lot of lessons in high school, but one of the things that stuck out most to me is that I learned that anything you create or make requires tools. Every job out there requires the right tools to get the job done efficiently and thoroughly. And I would like to think of high school as a giant toolbox. And over the 4 years that you're in high school, you collect different tools that you'll be able to use in life after graduation. When I first entered high school, I only saw the work and the subjects and the tasks that the teachers assigned. But this year, as a senior, I've realized that the teachers don't just teach English, math, and science, they teach life lessons and give out tools that can be applied to life itself. Mr. Rymel, you taught the importance of thoroughness in the notes that you gave during history. I remember one of the first class that you taught was when you said if we got bored with your lectures, we could doodle and draw in our notes. But I found it hard to be bored with all the stories that you told in your classes. Mrs. Rymel, you taught the importance of a positive outlook and spirit when tasks are given, and you made English classes and learning about all the important history events a lot of fun. Mrs. Erdl, you were my English teacher in my sophomore and senior year. I remember how you said in my sophomore year that we would all like you better in our senior year, and we sure did enjoy all those Pride and Prejudice quizzes. But in all seriousness, you taught the importance of writing and journaling. Throughout our senior year, we had to write on different topics that showed what kind of worldview that we had. And it was a lot of fun to look back and read all the papers and see how my writing skills improved and my worldview changed. Ms. Brooks, you taught in your science classes the art of organization and completeness through the binder checks and assignments that you gave. And in choir, you taught the art of listening and cooperation as we learned songs for our performances. And that is just a small sample of all the wonderful staff and teachers that have taught me such amazing life lessons. I am confident that my training and education here at Christian Liberty Academy has prepared me for life ahead. I have learned here that CLA truly has caring teachers and excellent opportunities for each and every student. It truly is an oasis of opportunity. I would first like to thank my parents, Wes and Tammy Wells, for providing the opportunity to attend Christian Liberty Academy and molding me into the person I am today. I would also like to thank my coaches, Coach John Hayashida and Coach Bill Sakovich, for training me in swimming and helping me to achieve my goal of winning the gold medal for the 500 freestyle this year at the past Swimming Biffs Championship. I'm also thankful for all of my teachers who have taught me over the last 4 years and the wonderful friends that I have made in that time. To the class that will replace my class next year, I ask that you always have a heart to learn and be open to new ideas and topics. Be thankful and grateful to your teachers and staff who work hard to provide you with an education that is unmatched to the public schools, and don't be afraid to try new things and explore opportunities provided in your community and here at CLA. To my own class, I am thankful for all of the memories and moments that we shared together in class, and I ask that God will help all of us as we move forward into the next chapter of our life. Thank you.
All right, Cameron. Woo!
All right, next up, Chris Wilcox.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Christopher Wilcox. I'm 18 years old, and after high school, I'm going to be joining the United States Air Force in pursuit of my passion of law enforcement. I'm going to be joining as a military policeman. And in hopes, I would like to return in the future to Hilo and join the HPD. First off, I would like to thank the staff at CLA for bringing me up and just pulling me through this far, because I've been at CLA since my first grade year, well, kindergarten, summer school. And you guys have been very gracious with me and very patient because of how rowdy I am and how lazy I can be. You've all kept your cool with me and really just brought me up to who I am today. And I just want to apologize for all the times I've added stress in your life and have given you headaches, and just for being late on assignments, and because I know I've fell behind in probably all of your classes. I'm sorry for that. And I would also like to thank my mom, Sandra Wilcox, that's in this call now, and my father, who wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. My mom has been really strong and very faithful in me, and has really helped me a lot through these years, through my problems and through all of my mistakes that I've made. I just want to thank her for just bringing me up and making me who I am, and my dad for not giving up on me either, and for being my high school bully, you know, and all in all, just keeping me in this wonderful school. And I'm just thankful that I didn't go to public school. I probably wouldn't last a year there. And special thanks to Mr. Chai. I know he's not in this call, but he was my health teacher. And every day after school, he would witness to me because at the time I wasn't a Christian. And he was very persistent until I finally took that leap of faith he told me to take. And now I'm a follower of Christ, and I go to church at Puna Covenant. And I just want to thank him for that. And also thank you to Mr. Shrinski and the McWilliams family. Mr. Shrinski for kicking me in the butt early this year to keep me on task and to motivate me to finish strong. And for the McWilliams Ohana for being my second family and my second set of parents. You guys have really been there for me for the past 2 years and have kept my faith strong, and I just want to thank you for that. And to my class, I've made a lot of memories with you these past decade, and it's been fun, and I'll miss all of you. And I know I'm probably going to keep in touch with most of you, hopefully, and annoy you and add gray hairs to your head. And there's a lot of memories I've made, but probably the most fond ones are going on road trips during the historical trip or cross country. And shout out to cross country, by the way. You guys are the strongest group of people I know. And to Mr. Rymel, the coach, he really built up my confidence. And even in soccer, I remember this one time he told me, I can trust you in any position I can put you in because you do as you're told and you do it well. And that really built me up, and it made me strong, and it helped me perform much better in soccer. He took little skill I had and used it for good. And in conclusion, I'm going to always cherish the memories I've made with all of you, especially Mr. A. Thank you for being my barber. I'm always going to hit you up. You always keep my head looking nice. And yeah, that's all I have. Thank you.
All right, last but not least, Jaeda Yamasaki.
Hi, I'm Jaeda Yamasaki, and in the fall, I will be attending Seattle Pacific University in Seattle, Washington. I will be majoring in exercise science with an emphasis in physical therapy and a minor in biology. I'm very blessed that I was able to attend CLA since preschool. CLA has taught me how to manage my time wisely, taught me how to be a leader, prepared me academically, and to have a relationship with God. I'm so grateful for all my teachers who have helped shape me and encourage me throughout my years at CLA. I'd first like to thank my preschool teachers, Ms. Rambo and Mrs. Endres, and my elementary teachers, my mom, Mrs. Yamasaki, Mrs. Pereira, Mrs. Giles, Mrs. Shrinsky, Mrs. Yogi, and junior high teacher, Mr. Shrinsky. I would also like to thank all of my high school teachers who have prepared me for the next chapter of my life. Mr. and Mrs. Rymel, Mr. and Mrs. Ertl, Mr. Arkaki, Mr. Blair, and Ms. Brooks. I'd like to thank Mr. McWilliams for being so encouraging both spiritually and in school, at youth group, and on the track. I will cherish all the jokes and memories we've created. I would like to thank Mr. Rymel for being an amazing, supportive coach, principal, and teacher. I will always remember the fun cross-country road trips. I would also like to thank Mrs. Rymel for being a positive role model and for helping me to grow spiritually in my walk with God. I'd like to thank Mrs. Ertl for all the laughs in class, for proofreading all my essays, for college applications, scholarships, and assignments. I truly appreciate it, and I will miss you all. Next, I'd like to thank my running coaches from Sunrise Athletics, Coach Lance and Coach MJ, for believing in me and pushing me to be the best I can be. I'd also like to thank my golf swing coach, Coach Troy Sato. You have been one of the best coaches I've ever had. You believed in me and always encouraged me. You're more than just a coach to me, you're one of my friends. I will miss seeing you daily, and I'll miss all the laughs. I will never forget the memories we've created. I'd like to thank the CLA cross country team for always being encouraging, supportive, and like a second family. I'd also like to thank my Hilo High School golf family, Hilo High School Athletic Director, Mr. Kurt Kawachi, and Hilo High School golf coaches, Coach Randy Pack, Coach Gary Cooper, and Coach Daryl Yagi, and the Hilo High School golf team for welcoming me to practice with them and allowing me to be part of their team and their support throughout the golf season. Next, I'd like to thank my friends. I'll start with my two best buddies at CLA, Rhylee and Kassey. Thank you, Rhylee, for being a great friend and being there for me always. And Kassey, thank you for all the crazy memories since preschool and Fly Girls basketball days. You were the sister I never had. It'll be so crazy to start going to school next year and not seeing you every day. I'd also like to thank Caitlin and Leah for being the best movie buddies and teammates ever. Thank you for pushing me in cross country and for your support and encouragement in helping me to grow spiritually with my faith in God. Next, I'd like to thank my best friend Cassidy. You're the bestest friend that I could ask for. You're always there for me and support me constantly in whatever I do. I love you and I will miss you. I'd also like to give a shout out to my favorite running buddies, Casey and Karen. I will miss running with you guys at sunrise practices, the Hilo to Volcano races, Foot Locker National races in California, Junior Olympic races at UH Manoa, and just hanging out with you guys. I will cherish the memories we share. I'd also like to thank Hannah. You're my adventurous, crazy, and amazing friend. I will miss the late night phone calls with you and our buddy Dylan. Next, I'd like to thank my Nana for always being there for me, supporting me in whatever I do, and always encouraging and loving me. I'd also like to thank my parents for constantly encouraging me, loving me unconditionally, sacrificing your time for me, and being so supportive in everything I do. You're the best parents and friends that I could ask for. I'm grateful and thankful that God chose you to be my parents. Finally, I'd like to thank my fellow classmates for all the fun memories and support through our high school years. You guys have been like a second family, and I'm going to miss you. I know you guys will do great things, and I look forward to what God has in store for you all. May God bless you and best wishes. Okay, I'm done.
Good job,
All right, before we close out this meeting, if everyone could turn on their camera so all the seniors could see who attended, they can scroll through and wave. And if everyone can give one last congratulations round of applause to all these seniors, you guys can do that right now. Turn on your cameras and give them one last round of applause.
Aloha.
Good
job, everybody.
you guys.